In this training video, we are going to be discussing how to document and manage supplemental distributor or out-license registrations. So these are a license type where InView owns the full access to the registration. So we own the data and the registration at the competent authority, and we are opting to go into a licensing agreement with a third party for them to market and sell that product. So because it is a fully InView registration, this information will be documented on the registration tab. And so if you were to create a new registration, you would see that there is now a question that says supplemental distributor product, out licensed product, yes or no. And you simply will select yes or no. If initially, when the product is registered, it is not a supplemental distributor product, you would select no. And then if at a later date it becomes a supplemental distributor product, you would simply edit your details tab here and change that from a no to a yes. So when this change is made, a new tab is added called Contract Assessment. And this tab is where you will document the various types of contracts. It could also be more than one that are associated with this product. In most situations, the registration will be approved before a supplemental distribution or out-license agreement is made with a third party. So that's the training practice that I'm following here. In general, you will have an approved registration that already has two product involvements for InView, as we are the registration and the data owner, as well as the marketing distributor. So that's the protocol I'm using here in this example. However, then if we are to gain a supplemental distribution agreement with a third party, you simply would hit edit with your pencil and then change this from no to yes. And when that occurs, you see automatically the contract assessment shows up, save. And there are a few things that we need to update. We need to be sure that that new trade name is captured. So if there is the existing InView trade name as well as a trade name for the third party. So I'm going to assume both of those names are here. If not, you can simply hit create and add a new name. And then from there, you want to make sure you update your product involvement section to include this new component, this new company. So we have already our registration and data owner, as well as our marketing person, which is InView. And then now we're also going to be adding BASF as another marketing and distributor company. And then any comments that would be helpful for the future about this agreement should be made here. And next, we'll complete the contract assessment. So the contract assessment for the United States, which is this example, looks slightly different than what I'll show in a minute as the rest of the global. However, the concept is the same. You want to select the company that we are now involving, which is BASF. Sorry, I can pick here, BASF. And then all of the remaining questions should be completed using the information from the product involvement section. So all of these answers should be either InView or BASF. Okay, so I'm going to pause the recording and show you what this would look like for global. So you can see the concept is the same for global, it's just that the questions are slightly different based on the location. But the same idea, we would want to select BASF, and then who's responsible for creating the artwork. We're going to say, in this case, BASF, who creates a safety data sheet. More than likely, that's going to be InView because we own the data. And then who's responsible for adverse effects reporting. A lot of times, this is also InView. And then again, any comments that are really important, you can add here and hit save. At this point, There is no additional work that needs to be done unless an additional contract comes into play for the same product, and then the same process would be followed. You'd have an additional marketing distributor as well as an additional contract assessment.